Do you have guilt about spending money? If so, you're not alone. In this video, we dive deep into what that guilt is all about and 4 tips on how you can overcome it. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Dr. Brad Klontz. Our financial psychology research has found that money vigilance is good for your financial health. Money vigilant beliefs like it's important to save for a rainy day are associated with higher income and higher net worth. It makes sense that these beliefs lead to savings behaviors and better financial outcomes. But sometimes people can become so anxious about money that they can never flip the switch from saving money to enjoying money. In the extreme, this can lead to major self-deprivation and not paying for simple things like healthcare. Money hoarding can make you rich, but it can also become a big problem. The classic example is Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, the subject of my first book in financial psychology. Dickens gave some insight into Scrooge's past, which really showed why he became such a miser. It turns out he had grown up poor and very insecure about his status. Interestingly, many people who feel guilty about spending come from humble beginnings. Either they experienced poverty themselves growing up, or they were raised by a family that had it somewhere back in the generations. And the anxiety that there'll never be enough money gets drilled into their brains. Much of the guilt around spending is driven by fear that there'll never be enough money. Now, this fear is justified if you're currently living in poverty. I mean, there isn't enough money. But this belief can become a problem when it's just not true anymore. Even though the truth is that you have money and you can probably afford to spend it, you're living a life of mental poverty. Having financial security is important, but having so much anxiety that it keeps you up at night can be bad for your health. Life is short, and it's important for you to be balanced around money. Yes, you're a saver. Congratulations, great job. But it's also important for you to enjoy the benefits of that hard work and savings. You can be vigilant and responsible and enjoy the resources you have. You don't have to pick one or the other. You can be a responsible saver and enjoy spending, even on a latte. Go ahead and enjoy yourself a bit. I mean, isn't that what life's all about? It's important for you to balance your need for security with your need to enjoy life, even just a little bit. So here are 4 tips to help you stop feeling guilty about spending money. Tip number 1, understand the origin of your guilt around spending. You're not crazy. You're feeling guilty for a very good reason. Probably one of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you feel bad about how much money you do have. You may feel guilty because you have the money to begin with. Perhaps you inherited it, or you received it from a life insurance settlement, and deep down inside, you believe you don't deserve it. In this case, I want you to think about the person who passed that money down to you. How would they want you to feel about that money? Would they want you to feel bad about it, depressed, and undeserving? I doubt it. Probably quite the opposite. Would they want you to blow it all or give it all away or pretend it's not there? So don't disrespect their memory by destroying this financial gift they gave to you. Another reason people feel guilty is because they feel bad because they have more money than their family or friends. Don't let these feelings get all wrapped up in the money. Regardless of how this money came into your life, whether it's hard work, a gift, or luck, this money is a blessing. Do you deserve it? I mean, I don't know. Do any of us really deserve the blessings that we have in our life? That's kind of arrogant, isn't it? It's a blessing, and it's your responsibility to manage it wisely. And part of that management does involve spending and allowing yourself to enjoy it. Don't make this blessing an emotional curse. A second common reason for guilt has to do with sheer terror. Terror that if you spend even a little bit of it, you're gonna end up back in the poorhouse. For most people in your situation, that's crazy talk. If you splurge on some expensive coffee or a nice pair of shoes, it's not the end of the world. This is often a highly exaggerated fear based on a history of financial trauma. If you can't shake that feeling no matter what you do, it might be worth it to explore those emotions and that past trauma with a therapist. You don't need to live with that level of fear and suffering. So knowing where your guilt comes from is an important step to keep it from controlling you. Tip number 2, have some fun. Don't be a Scrooge. Nobody likes a penny-pinching miser. The irony is that your fear of spending may be driven by a fear of being poor. But your guilt around spending can actually set you up to live a life of poverty, at least mental poverty. So you're having the day-to-day experience of poverty and lack. I want you to have a fun budget. Use your skills as a planner to set aside a pleasant activity for you and your family. Plan a vacation or buy yourself a new toy. Create some space in your budget to allow yourself to enjoy your money. This can pay dividends with the experience of gratitude and joy and a closer connection with the people you love most. Tip number 3, remember, you can't take it with you. If you have lots of guilt and anxiety about spending money, I have a homework assignment for you. Spend some money on something ridiculous. Now, this can be a very difficult assignment for the money vigilant. But what's the point of a lifetime spent in saving and deprivation if you never allow yourself and your family to enjoy it? The money vigilant have mastered the art of saving after years and years of hard work and dedication. In the same way, they need to practice shifting gears and spending some money. Whether it's that trip you always fantasized about or taking a visit to the spa, practice spending money on something ridiculous to help break the ice. Who knows? You might actually enjoy it. Tip number 4. Have a trusted partner or advisor. You probably can't trust your own feelings around money, like whether you actually have enough or not. So check in with a trusted advisor. Can you afford to relax a little bit? Now, it can be difficult to talk about money, and actually having a little bit of secrecy around money isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it might be important for you to discuss the reality of your financial situation with somebody. Somebody who can give it to you straight about your actual financial reality, not just giving into your own fear. This can help you broaden your perspective and can be very important. While money vigilance is a really great thing in terms of saving and living responsibly, don't let your healthy money vigilance turn into fear and something that's destructive. If your financial anxiety is keeping you up at night or interfering with your life, it's time for a change. Being a good steward of your money, I mean the blessings you have, is really important. It's all about balance, and it's really important for you to take care of yourself and the people you love.